do men spend their money on if they don't have a girlfriend?
They're gonna ask me, why you like married women? Because they easier to than single women. Married nowadays is not loyal at all to their husband. Them is easier to than single women. You meet a married woman, if a married woman give you her number today, you it up by the night. Single woman give you her number today, you ain't for the next 2 months until you take on 80 dates. The most so-called loyal out here the easiest. I'm gonna say it.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
What is the minimum yearly income to be your future husband?
Between 500,000 to $1 million.
Have you ever had a long-term relationship with a guy who makes that much money?
Not long-term, no.
The air's thin up there, ain't it?
But
You guys who make that much money?
I mean, way more than that, yeah.
So you won't settle for less?
I'm not going to settle for a loser.
300,000 wouldn't be enough.
That's like average in LA.
Jesus, take the wheel.
A lot of these modern women continue to say silly stuff and talk about how men are intimidated by their success and their lifestyle, and it's not really that. I'm just uninterested is really what it is. It's two different things. I'm uninterested and I don't want to be bothered by that fool.
Ego is really big for us. Like women are very egotistical. We tend to allow our heads to get so big, and society has allowed it too.
Yeah.
We are now comfortable being the captain. We're not comfortable being someone that's sitting behind the captain or a co-captain.
Yeah.
We want to be the captain.
Yeah.
With stipulations that not all captain duties I have to have.
Yeah.
Like you want to be the man, but you don't want to build anything.
Right.
You don't want to fix anything.
Right.
You don't want to actually do the hard labor things that men will do in order for you to have what men produce.
Right.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
All right, fellas. We not taking no ill-advised shots in 2024, bruh, and beyond. Women have expressed discomfort in the methodology behind a lot of what we do. I know the game is the game, but the game has evolved. Women have said that they don't like to be approached when they grocery shopping, when they at the gym, when they in certain environments, when they just having a good time. And I'm not telling you not to shoot your shot. What I'm saying is if she doesn't throw you the assist, or you don't have a clear lane to the basket, don't shoot that shot, dog. That's the coach will pull your right the out the game, bruh. It take practice. Yeah, it's hard to get. You gonna miss some shots. Like, I'm not saying that everything go in. It's like A said, bro. If you know it was a good shot, it was a good shot.
What choosing signals are you telling them to look for them to know?
So let's talk specifics, because body language changes when a woman is attracted to you. If we talking about from a distance, then you're not just looking for eye contact, bro. Eye contact. I look around the room. You feel me? I'ma lock eyes with plenty in here because we happen to be looking around together. Brody, that's not an open shot. That's a social cue of kindness. Like, she just made the less awkward. You're looking for a smile and extra body language, a smile and hair adjustment, a smile and a shift in posture. You feel me? If she shifts towards you, if her body language opens up, if she starts touching shoulders when you get close to her and things like that.
A lot of these modern women are still asking stupid questions like, where the good men, where have they gone? They've gone away from you. When you stopped being respectful, when you made it clear, if you were ever even respectful in the first place, when you made it clear that you wasn't going to do nothing for that man said, hey, I ain't got time to waste. Neither do I have money or resources. I'm out.
The most toxic expectation women have of men, expecting him to relate to feelings the way a woman does. Men have a completely different relationship to feelings than women. They don't trust feelings. They trust facts. It's not how men operate. For a man, it's more about what he values, what he stands for, what facts he trusts. So instead of asking a man how he feels about something, ask him what he thinks. You can learn a lot more about a man if you ask what he thinks rather than what he feels, because he can relate to that word, thinks.
I think marriage is legalized slavery. Especially if he's expecting you to be a trad wife, you might as well pull out a whip and a chain.
Wow. So there are young people watching who might be wanting to get married. What would you say to them?
Don't
get married.
No.
Flashback.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful. I'm rich. I can fight. Sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am.
Ooh-wee.
What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
If you're somebody who is dating to marry, then this one's for you. The reason this isn't working for you is because you are outcome driven. Your goals can be that you want partnership and that eventually the big picture is that you want to get married and have kids. But if that is your sole reason for dating, then that is why you are overlooking so many red flags and with people that you shouldn't be. Because you are attaching to the outcome. You're not actually seeing these people for who they are and dating them because you're looking for a partner, you're looking for someone to grow. You are dating with intention. So instead of looking at everybody as, oh, this could be my potential husband, just assess if you even want to see this person again, if you even want to have a life with this person, or if you even want to spend time with them. Release control of the outcome. That way you can actually let naturalness happen versus forcing a circle through a square peg and landing yourself with somebody simply because you are so outcome driven, you didn't actually see them for who they are.
You know, a lot of these men, and I don't think modern women really understand this, he's not really intimidated by your career and the money that you make. He's not intimidated that you have a house. He's unimpressed by your terrible terrible attitude. A lot of these modern women throw out their job title thinking that it's going to be a substitute for their attitude, and you continue to be unpleasant to be around.
If your husband takes too long to start a project, just call your dad, because he'll get it done faster, and then maybe your husband will reflect. Start the next one fast.
When you do that, you heavily emphasize to him that you don't trust him to be able to handle it and that he can be replaced easily, even if it's just your dad. It's incredibly disrespectful and embarrassing for him. Men feel heavily disrespected in these situations, and respect means everything to a man. So yeah, if you want to be funny, go ahead and do this. But don't be upset when resentment builds and he eventually just doesn't really want to be with you anymore.
Did he say he wanted marriage eventually or marriage with you now? Big differences, ladies. Women often make the mistake of not taking a man's word at face value. The biggest difference between men and women is that men say what they want and need straightforwardly, while women beat around the bush. We go through the whole alphabet to say what it is we need, but men are pretty much A to B. If you're a woman that craves marriage, make sure he's on the same page with you on the first date, not the 15th. Because what a lot of us women do is get with men that don't want the same things we do because we haven't made sure of that. And then we blame them when things go wrong. When the fact is we just didn't do our homework. You see, from little girls, we live on fairy tale stories. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White. And we take that into our adulthoods. We imagine a fairy tale in our heads instead of looking at reality. Take the rose-colored glasses off and see what's there.
I mean, y'all keep on telling men, I don't know why modern women be acting like this. Y'all keep on telling men that he's not necessary. Y'all keep on telling a man he's not needed. Why would I be hanging around you? It'd be like me going to school and then sitting by my friend and say, oh man, you know, we really didn't need that, but you know, thanks. How would you feel if you went to work and people and the boss kept on telling you every single time you worked really hard on your stuff? Oh, we don't need it, but appreciate it. You stop putting forth effort.
So yeah, men can't be heard. And so, okay, how can I articulate men for women so that women will then be able to see and hear men in their life? I never wanted anybody to need me to do this translation. Just if I can open your eyes, get the prejudice out of our ears, and listen to these folks. And it doesn't mean that everything about them is great. No, they're human. They struggle deeply with issues of honor and accountability and shame and fealty and faith, and they're complex. And they say they're simple. Like when people, when men are like, what do you do? I've been studying men since 1991. I've literally had a man in an airplane turn to me and go, are you slow? We're simple. And it took a while for me to be able to say right back, no, you're not. You're direct, and you confuse that with simple. But a woman has to pay attention to 9 things to have you understand something that she needs.
If you have not met your significant other in college, you're not meeting one. And that's just what I've come to the conclusion of it.
Okay, please, for the love of God, stop falling for the propaganda that they are feeding you, especially coming from the churches, because I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this one, Carissa. Almost every single person that I know who got married to someone they met in college is now either divorced and or on their second marriage. In fact, I only know one person who's still married to someone that they met in college, and it has been a lot of work for them. In fact, growing up, my dad always begged us not to get married until we were in our 30s. And at first, I always thought this was like a protective dad-daughter thing. When I was older, I learned, no, we're actually all children from his second marriage. His first marriage was a woman he married right after he graduated college, and it went absolutely terribly. In fact, we literally have data to back this up. The older you get, the less likely you are to get divorced. Statistically, the highest rates of divorce are in this college-ish age range. So stop making young women panic and think they've missed the boat by 25, because Dad was right. You're still young and you've got plenty of time to figure things out and a lot of growing left to do.
A lot of these modern women are confusing a man's tolerance. They're confusing a man's patience for weakness. A man asks you not to do certain things because he's not on your back about it like you would be on his. Then you think that you continue to do it. Oh, that's just the way I am. He knows me, and this and this and that. He knows you, but he's trying to honor his word. And if you keep this foolishness up, he's going to go in a different direction. Modern women continue to do silly stuff, and then they wonder why a man leaves them.
Seasons of relationships. And I think about my parents, and when my dad ruptured a disc in his back, I didn't even understand why my parents were together. I was like, Mom, I don't even I don't understand. And to be fair, this is from like childhood eyes. And Dad, if you're watching this, I hope you understand. But from a child, from the outside looking in, my dad was injured for a long period of time. He had to get surgery done on his back, and he couldn't walk up the stairs. It was a really challenging time for my dad. And my mom was working a full-time job, all of us kids, making sure we weren't homeless, taking care of my dad's ailment, her own life. And my mom still made my dad head of household. I remember going to my mom being like, I don't understand. Like, why is this a thing? Like, why are y'all together? Yeah. And I'll never forget, my mom said to me, Sarah, I will never leave your dad. I get emotional just thinking about it because this kind of love doesn't even exist. My mom said, you may not understand, but he is my very best friend. Ooh. And I would never leave him. Yeah. And I feel like that kind of love. Yeah, get you a Q-tip, girl. Because I stay crying. That kind of love is so deeply what I desire with my partner, where no matter how long my partner's been laying in the basement, we'll have to serve him food on a tray and make sure that my kids are okay and make sure that we're not homeless and still be mindful enough to make him feel like a king. That inside of all of this, that's love. That's real love.
So everybody hates the passport bros, right? Because everyone says they go overseas, they get these girls, and these women will never love them. Why not just stay in America and pay these same women the same money and take care of them the way that you would take care of a woman from overseas, right? It's not that simple. You go overseas, you get these women, they're trained to be submissive, they're trained to cook, they're trained to clean. Yeah, they may not love you, they may not even like you, but they're going to give you the illusion that they like and love you. They're going to give you as many kids as you want, as long as they are taken care of with that green card. Now, let's just say he gave that same exact money and that same exact lifestyle to a black girl in America. She's for sure not cooking. She's for sure not cleaning. Hell, she's not even listening. You black girls have made it clear, like, I'm not listening, I'm not being submissive, I'm not giving you hella kids, like, I'm not doing this and the fifth. So why not go and pay for exactly what the you want. Why would I even play games in America if I know I can go overseas and get exactly what the I want? I mean, again, perception is everything. And just like these, they be running games on y'all all day. Y'all think these men love y'all. Y'all keep the baby, all this other stuff. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same perception that someone likes and loves you. Again, the passport bros are onto something because they're paying for exactly what they want.
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
A nice guy gets along. They don't necessarily have discernment or judgment, not sure what they stand for or stand against. A good man has ideals that they stand for and they'll stand against, and when they're tested, a good man is not a nice guy. Being a good man is a lot harder, for good reason. You're not going to be most popular. You're not going to be always most affable. It also doesn't mean you got to be a or an asshole. This means sometimes you got to go, I believe in this is for me, and that is not for me. And because that is not for me, if you do trespass into my space upon me and my family, I will do my best to cause consequences. And I'm going to let you know that. I hope that's apparent, because I'm not going to intrude on you. But if you trespass that, I mean, I'm going to stand up for it. And that we can talk our way out of that. Great. And it doesn't always work that way. A good man's not looking for trouble, but if it comes, and if he or something he cares about most were susceptible being trespassed on by trouble, a good man does what he can to do to stop that.
For any of you guys that have not heard about this TikToker that became the Bachelorette and she filmed her whole season and it was about to come out on Sunday, and then her ex-boyfriend released a video from 3 years ago where she is beating him, choking him, and throwing chairs at him in front of her 5-year-old daughter. Let me just summarize how this is a prime current example of how society views men versus women and the complete double standard that is still there. Women are coming on here on this app that have big followings, right? They are creators and they are defending this woman from doing what she did. They are claiming that it was reactive, right? So like the stuff that we didn't see before this video just made her act that way, which is a prime example of what men face because women continue to not be able to take accountability, and they can't even watch another woman take accountability for her poor actions. But the evidence of what this woman did to him was already there. It came out 3 years ago when she pled guilty to the charges, and she like openly talked about it on her TikTok and how she was like trying to improve herself and make amends. But even with that, she continued to become successful on social media, and she ended up being on 2 major shows. That alone would have never happened if a man had that kind of backstory. Last thing that I'm going to say about this is that women are also coming on here and questioning the timing. They're saying that it just contributes to the evidence that this man has continued to try to tear her down. But if genders were reversed, we would be absolutely praising a woman for giving the information and for releasing that video. Because in that case, you know, she would just be telling her story and saving other future victims. Yet when a man does it, he releases it, all of a sudden, he is still the problem. Make it make sense.
I ain't finna be one of y'all around here hunching on the rainbow man. I want me a masculine mandingo warrior. And if he already with you, I don't get no slide the over. Tag me in, bitch. Because for every 100 black women, 6.66 men that are heterosexual, that ain't incarcerated, ain't a part of the rainbow community, gotta worry about if you wearing your fishing. Y'all gonna stop playing with these black men like they ain't relevant right now. Black men very relevant. And all on social media, everybody get put on a wig and get more clout than a masculine, hard-working, activist black man. I'm sick of it. And then they support it. The internet algorithm supports people who want to be mentally unstable because they make a joke out of us saying we got mental health awareness. That's cute on the internet. They let that ride through the internet while people posting their kids and to make a mockery out of us. They let a lace front wig get that bag on the internet to make a mockery of us. 48% of our black men are 36% of our black men are incarcerated. So everybody say on my pages, oh, we're not at that time yet to share the man. Since when? We've been sharing these since the beginning of the genocide. We might as well hold hands and kumbaya around this.
Girl, do not get it, baby. I don't give how much he say he want to be a dad. Let get mad. Then they gonna act like you don't exist and the baby don't exist neither. Y'all a package deal once he get mad at you. Girl, don't have that man, baby. Girl, we all got tricked. Believe it or not, look, call us Ripley's. Like, don't have that man, baby. I'm telling you. Cause as soon as y'all break up, he gonna break up with the child too. He gonna stop doing for the child. It don't matter how much I want to be a dad. I want a mini-me. I want a son. It don't matter. I want a little girl. It don't matter. I promise you that nigga's gonna do a complete 180 on you as soon as you get pregnant. If not when you get pregnant, because they still be kind of, like mine, he still was kind of fainting. The true colors started coming out a little bit at the end of the pregnancy. But during most of the pregnancy, he was still, you know what I'm saying, pretty solid. It's once that baby got him. Oh, baby. You would have thought the alien. I don't even know who this is. Who that man? Who that man? I don't even know who this is. This is not the person I was in love with when I made the baby. This is not the same person that can't be. I swear. Hey, if you don't believe me, check the comments.
Dear Coach Ken, I'm at a crossroad. I hear some creators saying don't act like a wife until you are a wife. Some say if you want to be a wife, do what wives do. I'm confused. I've been dating this guy for 6 months. He is truly a good man. We are in alignment, but I want him to see that I'm wife material because he wants to get married. All right? Your thoughts, Sandra P.
Just making this video to say if I'm traveling with a man, you best believe he's carrying that suitcase. Oh, no. In fact, my hands is not touching said suitcase. I just watched a guy let a woman take off all 10 pieces of luggage. Yeah, what a loser. I don't know. Girl, if you're seeing this, your man's a loser. And I'm so sorry you had to do that. And I really hope he has like a broken pinky or something, because I didn't see any ailments, but...
Like, no, I tell all my clients that the general population is a little slow. It's a lot of people that miss their opportunity to get the check. So now we out here dealing with people that haven't been diagnosed with being off, okay? IEP adults, okay? You over here just really thinking that because this man is making a good amount every hour, that he's really something special. Baby, the man's on the spectrum. He doesn't even know how to sit there and properly wipe himself. You feel me? We really are having issues with people out here because they really wasn't diagnosed. The general population nowadays is slow. It's not just the youth. We have a lot of millennials, old heads, that baby, they miss their opportunity on the check.
The problem with women is that we still want men to approach. That's the natural order of things. So we the natural order of everything else, but we want this specific piece to stay the same. So you want men to approach you, men to compliment you, men to take you out, men to court you, all of this, but you don't want any of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like very selective, and that's a problem. So men sort of, I think of your generation, have changed their gear a bit, but women refuse to approach men. That astounds me. Right. I'm just like, I'm not saying I would have wanted to do it. Right. I'm not saying I would have done it, but I lived in a generation where that didn't happen, where men just came up to you, men talked to you. If you want a partner, you want a partner. So I think you're going to have to also get over yourself. And if you see a nice looking man, go up to him.
She moved on so fast, it made your head spin. New guy, new posts, new energy. Only 1 week after you. Here's what you don't understand yet. Women don't move on after the breakup. They move on before it. By the time that she had that conversation with you, had already grieved the relationship. She was already detached. My friend were just the last one to know. When you are watching her move on fast, she's not moving on. She's continuing. The gap that you're feeling, she been closed that 2 weeks ago. Now, this isn't here to make you bitter. It's to help you to stop trying to decode her timeline. The job now is to fix your own. Build, move, but whatever you do, don't watch. DM me VIP for the free mentorship. We go deeper on topics like this every single Sunday.
Girl, do you not realize how bad you're up right now?
Seriously, he is trying all he can to show you that he loves you and that he's there for you, trying to be your shoulder to cry on through all your overthinking and your crazy moments. And you're pushing him away. For what? He's so rare to come by. Guys who actually give up are so rare to come by, and you're just pushing this one away like he's nothing. Why? Everybody I know, they always ask, where are the good guys at? Hon, he's right in front of you. Don't get up. If you love him like you tell him you do, then show it. Don't keep pushing him aside, because all that's gonna do is make him think that he's not appreciated. It's just gonna show him that no matter what he does, it's not gonna matter, because he's gonna get played. That's when you train boys. Don't ruin a good guy because you're too selfish to realize it.
If you ever notice men praise women, they almost never praise women with standards and boundaries. Oh my God. So usually the type of women who requires nothing from them, that is who praise. Oh, she's one of the bros. She doesn't complain. Oh, she doesn't wear makeup, or she doesn't do anything. She doesn't require much. She's low maintenance. That just means it's a woman typically who doesn't have standards. She doesn't have any boundaries. Sinji always says standards, boundaries, and expectations. The woman has none of those. And that's why the man will praise it, because she allows him to just be himself, which is nothing. Just sit back. Nothing. Is not required to be a protector or fighter. He's not required to man up in a patriarchy. He can just sit on his, he can pretend and lie and say he's doing those things, but in real life, behind closed doors, he doesn't have to, because she doesn't require anything from him. And so women that they will praise.
I was married for 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm going to be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Clean vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to work. I ain't have to do nothing. But my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. I'm taking that L. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought oh, I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dogged up. But I'm in the house saying, you suck my fuck your mother. Oh, yeah. Everybody. And it's man, the kids we got together type. That's how mad I get. I up a whole marriage. I had the everyone wanted, and I'm sitting here saying that because it eats me up every day. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm an alpha at the end of the day, and that's what me up. It put me in a soft girl era, but I still had the mindset of an alpha.
First of all, having the mindset of the alpha, that is for the man. Two men cannot coexist in a household, and that's why the sister got left. So sisters, if you have that spirit, you better check it, for you end up taking the L like sis said she took. Do not lose a good man. Submit.
Okay, this is for all my single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men now?
Well, if they're not hiding at home playing video games, doing their hobbies, or hanging out with friends, you might find them at work. You might find them just out in public, but they're not typically making the first move because we asked them not to, so they're respecting our boundaries. And yes, a lot of them are also on dating apps, but you're probably swiping left on them for superficial things, when the reality is he may not have all the physical qualities that you're hoping for. Instead, his personality will be incredible when you get to know him. Or he might not have the best messages because maybe he hasn't been on as many dates. But you overlook these guys for silly reasons, when instead you could go on more dates and get to know some of these guys, and I'm sure you'll find one that you really end up liking. But I'm assuming that's not the answer you wanted to hear, right? You wanted me to answer, oh, there's none left, they're gone, they don't exist, because I would relieve you of putting in extra work into your own dating life. Sorry, that's not how it is.
What the fastest way that I block men and I test men?
Tell us, what brilliant strategy does one use?
Is I tell them I'm not the nail salon.
Okay, now I'm curious.
And if they ask me what color I'm getting, cool, if they don't say how much is it, or what's your Cash App, or what's your Zelle, so I can cover the cost, you're blocked.
And let me get this straight. One's going to block a guy because he's not offering to pay for one's nails. My goodness. If one's that broke, one shouldn't be getting one's nails done in the first place.
Because at that point, you're a taker.
Speaks the voice of experience.
And men like that, they love to say, okay, text me a picture of your nails when you get it done. Sorry, Bookie, you're already added to the block list by saying that.
I can almost see with perfect clarity a video that one is going to make in a few years.
You as a man are supposed to be a provider, meaning that you provide. Why are you asking me to send me a picture of the nails done? If I don't pay for it, how am I going to send you a picture? Block those men.
This video is obviously just a warm-up that a lot of women with this mentality are going to be making in a few years, asking, where are all the good men at?
This is why he will always regret leaving you, and then he will eventually come back. And a lot of times, women, you think that it was something that you had did or something like that, when in reality, it was nothing that you actually did. It was just one of those things where he wanted to leave because he thought those options that he had were better than you. And he's not going to tell you that he was wrong for leaving you. He was wrong for this. He was wrong for that. He's not going to tell you that. He's going to be like, oh, I miss you. He's going to disguise it where it makes him seem like, oh, he was missing you. He was thinking about you the whole time. But in reality, 9 times out of 10, the relationship he was in, it either did not work out, or the woman that he thought was you basically could not replace you. It was an impulsive decision where he thought he could exchange you for someone else, but that person couldn't fill the void. Now he's running back. Now he's saying he loves you so much, he misses you so much, and you are the girl for him and all this other. One thing you need to remember, he came back because he couldn't replace you. And if you're a woman and you're going through this toxic situation with the ex or whoever it might be, go snag my book. If you cannot detach, it's helped thousands of women detach and move on from their ex.
She said, baby, when you pay all the bills by yourself, don't nothing turn me on but me. She wanted applause for being a adult. This is what you do when you're grown. You pay all your bills by yourself. Some people, they got people that help them out. If you're a very attractive woman, sometimes they have a lot of people that help them out. Sometimes they don't even have to pay their own bills. But this is what you have to do when you're an adult. You want a cookie for being an adult? You want an applause for doing everything that grown people do? The only time you have help, more times than not, is if you're in a relationship and you and your partner live together, or if you're married and you and your partner live together and both of y'all are working. And in some cases, the man still pays all the bills. So I could see if you was in a relationship and you was paying all your bills, all of y'all bills, or you was married and you was paying all you and your husband bills, that would be different. But you're an adult. This is what we do. We pay bills. I'm about to get paid. I'm about to pay bills. Like, you're not a kid.
The men have finally started to get sick of modern dating. The other day I was talking to one of my friends and he told me that he's deleted Hinge because he's sick of all his dates being the same and being unfulfilling and being boring. Finally, the men have caught up. Women have been saying it for years. We have had the conversation about how modern dating is unfulfilling, how it's not really giving us what we need. People don't want to find real connections. It's empty, blah, 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 blah. We've done this. But now the men are starting to realize that. The men are starting to have those conversations. Why? Because everybody wants connection. Everybody wants intimacy. And I think men are finally starting to realize that the way that they're conducting themselves and the way that they are searching for romance and intimacy is empty and it is unfulfilling. I think the excitement and drama that comes from having options and chasing new experiences, it's just no longer as fulfilling as it once was. I think as a woman, this is a really interesting shift to witness in real time because we've been saying for ages that modern dating is unfulfilling because the men do not seem to find value in deep, meaningful, mutual connection. Well, now there's this shift happening where the men are realizing that their methods of conducting themselves in the dating world are leaving them also unfulfilled. Interesting to see what comes of this.
Ladies, the results are in. Fresno has the most chivalrous men in California. And see, I always knew this, because Fresno men, we're real respectful. We'll open up the doors for y'all, and no, we won't check you out from behind. No, we won't holler at you like, girl, look at all that. Let me get at you real quick. Nah, that's not us. And when we take you out on the first date, we'll never invite you back to the house. Because we don't have a house to invite you to. You better invite us over to your house. Unless you want to chill in the car, I'll bring out the air fresheners. We'll have a grand time. And when it's winter time, it's cold outside, we'll let you use our coats to let other dudes know that you're ours. Like, don't look at my girl, bro. You see her? She got my sweater on. I mean, because you're shivering, and we're chivalrous. Also, we're real progressive. We believe in strong, independent women that pay for their own meals. You got this, baby. You got us, baby. I believe in you. So, California women out there, if you're tired of dealing with the knuckleheads in your town, change your dating location to Fresno, California to find you a true gentleman, baby. Can I spell chivalrous? C-H-C-H.
If the relationship is over, act like it. Go out, go live your life, go date immediately, talk to as many people as you want. The relationship is over. The reason why a lot of y'all be putting these timestamps on moving on is because you're secretly wishing and hoping that that person is going to come back. You're secretly wishing and hoping that that person is sitting somewhere thinking about everything that they did wrong and how to come back and sweep you off your feet. You want to know why people move on so fast after they break up? I'll give you a couple of reasons. For one, most of these people have already started actively dating before they actually left the last relationship that they were in. You ever wonder how this dude left and got married in 4 months? He was already a year in with her. We talked about the levels of breaking up. We talked about you mentally leave, you emotionally leave, then your body physically leaves. So that is why somebody can get out of a relationship with you today, be with another person next week, and be married in 4 months because they've been done with you. But they stayed out of pity. They stayed out of a false sense of loyalty. Maybe they stayed because of the children. Maybe they were waiting for housing. Maybe they were waiting for the person that they were dealing with to get out of a situation, but they've been done with you a long time ago. Am I lying?
Marriage is going to disappear because women are actually the worst marketing for marriage. They show men every single day why they shouldn't get married. I really think women, we just have two defaults. It's gaslighting, virtue signaling. Oh, no. 3. Gaslighting, nagging, virtue signaling. Women feel a tendency to be entitled to being a to you for life. And they also feel entitled to defending themselves when you're calling them a bitch, right? And women feel entitled to this. They feel entitled to the fighting. And they call you weak if you're not going to do it right to their face. And I just think it's interesting because I'm like, why are you in media if that's your expectation? We're talkers. That's what we do. Marriage is going to disappear because women are actually the worst marketing for marriage. They show men every single day why they shouldn't get married. So here's the ways women can destroy you, right? So these are the ways women have leverage. Police, reputation destruction, as we saw in the first video, family court, and there's like a million other ways. But I want to make this simple. The only thing men have is cheating and walking away, like women being afraid you're going to cheat and women being afraid that you're going to walk away. So that's your only leverage.
When I meet women that have the mindset of dating for marriage, they are centering men and their experience. They just need to find a man. They want to find a man so that they can get married, have a ring, be called a wife, and sit on this pedestal. On this channel, we're just going to be very frank and cut and dry, and we're going to get down to the bottom of what it is. I'm not going to feed into your comfortableness of beating around the bush. I'm going to call it as it is. That is centering men. And the thing about it is, what comes with that is a lot of the teachings that we've heard from our elders. Oh, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, girl. If you want a man and you don't want him to cheat and you want to be the only one, you got to make sure that you do this. You got to make sure that you do that. And it's a lot of manipulation. It's a lot of entrapment, and all of that energy, you actually imprison yourself. Marriage is not a winning ticket for a woman if she schemed her way into it. It's like you scheme your way into a problem. You scheme your way into a full-time job. You scheme your way into Pygmisha-ism and Barbara the Builder-ism. It's a scheme. When you date with purpose, you understand that there is a deeper purpose. You understand that a relationship is not a romanticized movie. It's a partnership in which this person is going to allow you to discover who you are on a deeper level.
I had a broad one time, we was out to eat. And she was like, yo, can my friend come? I'm like, sure, it don't matter, we chilling. She was like, if you pay for it, you know, I'm gonna pay you back for her food. Cause broad already know me. Yeah. She know it's gonna be. Now I'll do it. I ain't say like we out at the same time. Sometimes you're like, man, if I ain't hitting that, man, I ain't paying for food. But you know, if I'm out and I'm with you and your friend come, all right, whatever, I'll pay for the meal. But she already initiated like, oh, hey, my friend gonna come, we gonna order this, I'm gonna make sure I save the money, right? You know, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. I ain't tripping on it. Yeah. But the test was, is she gonna make sure that she tell me about it? She never did. Wow. And so I knew to put her in that category. I tell people all the time, the test ain't to get mad at the broad. The test is to find out who she is. That's your character. Ain't no way if I'm out with you and I say something, I'ma do it. I owe you some money. You ain't gotta call me about it. I'ma call you. That's a character. So all it does is put in my mind, this is broad's character. So when you tell me not only did she break it, she said she was gonna do something and she did it with a good attitude. You're not gonna find that because most women are trying to get over. They're like, oh, is he gonna say something? Oh, he didn't say something. Cool. You know, or she might not have said nothing. Anyway. So when you have a woman like that, understand the character of most women, and the fact that she did that is like, it's high level. That's what I'm hey man, listen, that's a keeper. That's one of the ones you should have a sit down conversation with. Like, listen, I see you all in. Yeah.
And I love the vibes that you give me. And yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing? You can get some energy.
Hello, get down. Bro, this is not the beautiful game we know and love. This is not how we play ball, my friend.
You know, you got to mess with the girl that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, then you're going to hear, you, no, maybe later. But the one that like you'll never hear him say no. It's more easier to function and operate with them.
When y'all start talking about what y'all won't do for y'all man, I stay quiet. Because I'm not built like that. I'm down to do whatever for mine, okay? If he's my man, I'm going to make sure he's good. He's supported. He's appreciated. And he knows that I'm in his corner. And that's period. Some of y'all talk like liking your partner is embarrassing. Like doing for your man makes you weak. Like showing effort is pick-me behavior. No, it's called being grown. If I care about you, I'm going to act like it. If you pour into me, I'm pouring right back. If you're doing your part, I'm going to match that energy every time. I don't have to play hard to love in my own relationship. I don't have to be distant to keep the upper hand. I don't have to act cold just to prove a point. It is completely okay to like your partner, to love them out loud, to show up for them, to make sure they are straight, to treat them right because they treat you right. And I'm not ashamed of that at all. Like, I'm not doing bare minimum for a man who's doing the maximum for me. I'm doing my part. Proudly. Y'all can have the, I don't do this, I don't do that conversations, and I'll be over here keeping my relationship solid.
A lot of these modern women are wanting protection. They're wanting a man who protects and provides, but you call it toxic. You say it's toxic masculinity. You want provision, but you're calling it financial control. Modern women continue to redefine love. They continue to move the goalpost. And when a man says, man, I'm not really sure what you guys got going on, I'm in unfamiliar territory, then all of a sudden modern women are confused. You're confused because you're out here doing stupid stuff. You're saying stuff that's blatantly not true. You're accusing men of things that are blatantly not true. And then you wonder why men walk away from this type of accusation.